Hi and welcome to today's video. We're looking at this tuner board from the, I've completely forgotten what it's from the V2000 unit. And there were a couple of capacitors I wanted to replace. So I replaced this one last time, and I wanted to replace these two. Firstly because this one has a little bobble on it, which might be absolutely fine. In fact, this one here has a slight ridge. But also this one because I've bitten a chunk out of it, and also there's a little chunk out of this one as well, which is the other reason for replacing it. Now, I worked out last time using the colour code that this one is 470 nanofarads and this one is 330 nanofarads. So we should be able to get those replaced. I'm also going to replace this as well. I have a new unit which is 3.3. This was actually 3.3 at 100 volts as opposed to 3.3 microfarads at 63 volts. So it will work absolutely fine, to be honest, and the pins pretty much line up quite nicely. So let's get the 471 out first. Now, something I've noticed is ESR values. I don't think they have such a bearing when you're talking about these sort of polyester type capacitors, because I've measured this new one and it's around 6 ohms, which is quite high for an electrolytic, but I think for that it's absolutely fine. I've been doing a bit of reading about it and apparently that is the case. It's absolutely fine as long as it's, yeah, I think it is absolutely fine as long as the sort of farad value is sort of on the money. Anyway, let's start with this one. Just realised that's a little difficult to move. And this pin here. Hopefully that will come out easily enough. Yep, there's one, and I think the other leg is giving way as well. Now I've got to be careful because I don't want to damage the track, so if I just, there we go, and that's out the way. So let's put this one in. Unlike electrolytics, I don't think there is actually any orientation for these. They just go in the way they go in. So I'll just pop that in. There we go. And just bend the legs slightly just to lock it in place. And should now be able to touch up the solder. So we'll do this leg. There we go, and then this leg. Come on. There we go. And the next one is going to be this one here. So this one I did actually damage slightly by removing it. So as I removed it to test it, there we go. There's a nice tropical fish capacitor. It can go in the capacitor collection. Now we'll do this one. So same story again. Heat up the solder. It's actually nice and recent solder that's on there, so because it's been done recently, it will come off easily enough. Not that that's always the case, but it just seems that if it's more recent, it does seem to come off a little bit easier. There we go. So we just need to heat this one a bit just to get it to pop through, and I think it's popped. And do it on the other side there. There we go. So one leg is out. This leg is going to soon give way. And there it goes. There's another one out. Now, apparently these will work absolutely fine with this sort of damage, but I just didn't want to risk it. Now let's just grab this one And let's test the ESR. So if I take those out, pop this here, and pop this into here. Oops. So 5.8 ohms, 460 nanofarads, which is actually about right. This one is 10 ohms, 308 nanofarads. So let's see what the new one comes up at. This is why, from what I've been reading, I don't think ohmage or ESR has much bearing on these sorts of capacitors. So let's just pop this into there. And this one comes up at 7.9 ohms and around the same nanofarad rating, so it's absolutely fine. So that's good. These two could probably be reused, but because they got little chunks out of them, I don't really want to risk it, so they can go into retirement up there. Now we have this one which came out of here, so this one will go there and there, and it will actually splay the legs apart slightly because it is substantially smaller than the one that came out. So let's dab that up with a bit of solder. There we go. Oops, actually pour around it, put it around this way. There we go. And there we go, perfect. Now the next one I'm going to do is this suppressor. So, not any reason why I want to replace it, just age, to be honest with you. It's not exactly young. It's nearly 40 years old, if not 40 years old, so I may as well grab that out as well. So this is where this board is really annoying because it does like to move. So that one and this one. There we go. Whoops. There we go. So that one's out. Now put the new one in. I don't think there's any orientation on these as well. They just go in as they go in. So that actually fits perfectly. Look at that. No problems there at all. Straight in. I thought it wouldn't, but it seems to have without any issues, which is good. So let's just get that soldered into place. Oops. There's one. And there is, I think, two. Yeah, two, there you go. And yeah, there we go. So that's those replaced. I'm actually wondering if this would have had any bearing on the wobbly picture, this filter capacitor here. I do not know, and the only way to tell is if when I put the board back into the machine, which we'll be doing in the next episode of this particular series, if that will make any difference. But for now, that's all that we're doing today. Anyway, if you have found this video interesting and useful, please consider subscribing. and also drop me a like, and yeah, I will speak to you all again very soon. Thank you once again for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care and see you soon.